Hi, my name is Koku at blackfilm.com, and I'm really excited because I'm here with some people that I can tell are going to be a lot of fun. The stars of the BET television series Games People Play. That would be Parker McKenna Posey, Brandi Denise, and Kendall Kyndall. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
That was a lot to get out. I'm sorry, guys. No, I've had a lot of fun watching the series, and I kind of just like marathoned it. I'm like, y'all, I can't stop watching this thing. I want to start. I'm going to just start with you, Kendall. You've had a very interesting trajectory because you kind of are in the truest sense of the word in terms of the internet, very self-made. You know, you've already built your own fan base. You did your own thing. And then you've journeyed into acting. Was acting always a part of the play for you, or was it just something that you just happened upon?
No, actually, it was. I never knew how to get into it because, like, in Michigan, I'm from Detroit. In Michigan, it's like you go to school, then you get a corporate job, and that's what I did.
Right, you did the right thing, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, it got to be something more outside of this wall. Like, it has to be something more. And thank God that I just happened to go viral one night watching Love and Hip Hop, and that opened so many doors for me, which, you know, I ended up moving to LA, and then moving to LA, Robbie Reed reached out and was like, you need to get in acting classes. And she was like, do you want to do that? And I was like, yeah. And so it went from there. And so I got in acting classes and got me a coaching. Yes. So answer your question, it was definitely what I wanted to do.
He's like, yeah.
I just like entertaining. I've always I've danced. I was like in the step group. I was a drum major. So entertainment was my thing. I like just being in front of a crowd. I like performing.
No, that's great to see. And I think just judging from like just looking at all of your energy and how you guys all interact, I can tell you guys have a lot of fun too. So that's great to see. Yeah, with this cast. And then Parker, I'm going to turn it to you because with you, we kind of grew up watching you, right? But it's like we grew up watching you, so we sort of know you as a child star. So how difficult has it been making that transition from being a child star to coming into your own as an adult woman? Like, is it irritating sometimes? Like, it's like, oh my God, she didn't ground up, this little baby. You know, like how do you deal with that energy?
Yes, it's definitely still a little irritating till this day because I'm like a 26-year-old woman,
like, I'm grown,
my own kid now, you know. So it's like it's definitely a little strange, but I also understand because it's weird when you see somebody on TV or like you said when you grew up with them in a sense, and then you see them like as a grown woman, you're like, how it's not making sense, like your brain's all not getting it. But you know, it's just life. We grow up. As far as my transition, you know, on the big screen and just on TV, it's definitely been very challenging because it's kind of hard when, you know, the world sees you as a little girl and you're not a little girl anymore. So I took this role actually because I wanted the world to see me for who, you know, in a grown woman position and to actually, you know, see me for who I was and not as little Kady anymore. So it's been an honor to make this transition now and hopefully the world, you know, sees me as a grown woman. But I it's kind of like a curse. It's a blessing and a curse in a way, honestly. I'm just going to accept it. I really hopefully I'm not going to be like 50 years old and people are going to be like, little Kady, like screaming.
That might still happen, right? But at the end of the day, like, it's
everything. Like, little Kady.
It's not coming from a horrible place, but I can understand how that can be frustrating because it's like, listen, again, like you said, like I am a grown woman.
Yeah.
So I just stopped calling her Kady. I was calling her Kady for a long time.
Literally.
What are you doing now, Kendall? Oh no, don't do that.
It was hard, but now I see her as Parker. Once she became a mom, I was like, that's Parker. That is
you can't even call nobody mama little Kady.
Yeah, I think having a baby has definitely changed things a little bit. Now it's like I've given people no choice. So.
And I want to turn it to you, Brandi. You know, you've also had a really strong role in this series, and I actually find your character probably the most relatable because you're very round the way. And I love that about your character. So tell me what went into choosing your role.
I am more new to acting. I've been a stand-up comedian for 10 years. I'm actually on tour right now with Little Rail. I'm in Houston in the hotel room. Okay. But I liked it because it was like for me, it's a drama, but the character is still very like funny, you know. So she does have her dramatic parts, but I still get to bring a lot of like my just background in comedy and just like my natural sense of humor to the character. So I really like that. And I do like that the character is relatable, because I feel like for me, it was easier to transition from stand-up, being myself 100% of the time in front of people, into a character who was more like grounded and like just a character that I know in my life. Like, she's my cousin,
Right.
So it wasn't like I was going from that to like this serial killer. So it wasn't like a huge transition from like people I know or who I am. And so I was really happy that I feel like this character was like an easy little cozy role to slide into. So I'm really happy about it. And I have to say that, Parker, we definitely know you grown, because some of them scenes that she was shooting, baby, you ain't looking up.
Don't call her out. Parker grown now, y'all. Don't be coming for my girl. No, but Brandi, I think that's really interesting that you talked about your stand-up comedy, because I would think that stand-up comedy would be more difficult. I mean, like, is any of it easy, or is it relatable in that sense? I
think that acting is harder because you have to memorize so much stuff, and it's not stuff I wrote. And so if I'm going on stage to do 30 minutes, I wrote all that. I know what I wrote, so it's a lot easier. And then it's like, if you make those mistakes, people are literally there to see you. And so those mistakes or those little hiccups or anything that I do on my stand-up, it's me. So coming into another role, you have to be open to what the writers want to be portrayed. So you have to just, that you can't make mistakes when you're being somebody else. You have to be that person. So.
And then for all of you, really, and I guess it's a little bit different for you, Parker, because you've had a longer career in this sense, and like a traditional acting career. But for all of you, like working with the likes of like Lauren London and Jackie Long, like how interesting and different is that? Because besides Parker, I know you've been acting since you was a little kid. Acting with people who are veterans in this space, and knowing that you guys earned these roles, like no one gave this to you, wasn't handed to you, it's where you're supposed to be. Is that a little bit intimidating sometimes? And I'm just kind of just throwing that out there for everybody.
For me, it wasn't. I was actually excited. Jackie is great on set. Jackie, especially with improv. And then Jackie and we developed a friendship. So I could call Jackie about anything, especially when it comes to the script, or how should I say this, or I don't know if I'm delivering this right. So he has always been open like that. Lauren as well, after a couple of weeks after she warmed up to it. You know how it is when first season, but after she warmed up, Lauren was like, I told Lauren I didn't want to be typecast. And she was like, let them. She was like, it's fine, let them type. She said, I was typecast as no all the time. She was like, let them. And then when you get there, you bring that character to life how you wanted to. So they were just there. They had our back. I could go to them at any point and say, like, listen, I'm nervous about this scene, or I'm nervous about this, or I don't know if I'm saying this right. So I wasn't intimidated. I was more so excited, because I was like, I have somebody that has experience that I can go to.
That's wonderful to foster that. And then for you, Parker, I know it's a little bit different, because again, people at least they feel familiar with you. How was that working with people where it's like maybe they were already fans of you, but then you also know them as they were adults? So it's a little bit different of a dynamic.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you guys don't understand. ATL was like my movie. That's all I wanted to do was go see ATL for my birthday. Like, it was the thing. So, to have the opportunity to work with Lauren, I saw her at my audition. Like, as soon as she walked in the room, I was like, can I cast? I don't know. So I was like, God darn it, is she auditioning for my role? Because I didn't get it. Literally, I was so worried. And then I realized, no, I'm auditioning to, play alongside her. And that just made me even more excited, and really gave me the energy to go in there and kill my audition, which I did. And, being on set with them is great. Like, they're honestly a really great, down-to-earth people. And like Kendall said, Jackie is he's so amazing, and he's been so amazing with my baby. We call him Uncle Daddy Jackie now.
That's so sweet.
It was a dream come true to book this role, but now it's just a dream come true to just know these people, and we call each other family now. So it's just great.
I love that. Oh my God, you guys are so sincere. And Brandi, it's your turn.
So for me, I feel like I came in just extremely humble and open to learning everything that I could. I don't think I really get starstruck. I feel like I've not been on TV, but I've been in the industry for 10 years. So I see a lot of people. I know a lot of people, but also just coming in wanting to learn. And like they said, I didn't work with Lauren, so I didn't get to interact with her as much. But when she did come in that one day, I was like, oh, that's Lauren London. Like working with Jackie's been amazing. And I feel like he just really, the first time we worked together, Jackie was like, I've seen a lot of auditions. They were like pitching a lot of people who had like huge followings and all these types of things. And he was like, when I saw your audition, he was like, and I saw the things that you had done previous. He was like, I just really felt like this was right for you. And I wanted to work with you. And like just him coming in before we had even shot a scene, saying that to me, it just kind of solidified like I was supposed to be there, and it felt really good. And just hearing that feedback from day one from the showrunners, because it's intimidating. It's like everybody's already been on this show. Everybody knows.
Right.
Also, I'm taking someone else's place. This is not a new character. And so I'm like, hey, but no, it was just like, yeah, we saw your tape. We liked you. And it happened within like, I want to say it was like 10 days from the time I had sent in my audition to when they were like, you need to move to Atlanta. And so I was like, hey, baby, let's go. God, we doing that.
Oh, that's so great. I just love how everything just like rolled into place for everybody here. Parker, particularly, I like with your story, you're able to sort of fulfill a second act of sorts, right? So it's like, that's really cool to see. Brandi is like, listen, I've been a stand-up comedian for 10 years. Like, this is what I do. I'm doing this too. I love that. And Kendall, I love your freaking energy. Like, I just have this outstanding way of just expressing yourself by any means, and you ain't out here to hurt nobody. You're just doing your thing. And all these things are, listen, what's that word that everybody always says? You gotta manifest, and everything is intentional. All that. Right?
I'm all here for the manifesting.
Listen, we gotta manifest things. And it's like none of you guys have some specific linear path. It was just fate, and it was just what was supposed to happen. It's not like, oh, these guys did this one thing. So I think that's really particularly unique and interesting about this cast. So, and I love the show, guys. It's really like, in a sense, it's like a modern day like soap opera of sorts, right?
Mm-hmm. I always say that. I always say that.
Yeah, it's episodic, and it's fun to have something like that because we don't often at this particular point have an opportunity to sort of like be really invested in a lot of these characters and to just get like really emotional with cast and scenes and things like that. And this show just takes you through. It's a roller coaster, child.
Oh yeah.
I've even had moments my damn self. I'm on the damn show, and I'm sitting here like,
when I tell y'all, I called Barry Brewer after Eric passed. I called him. I was in Florida. I called him like at 12:30 at night. Barry!
Y'all calling people, y'all reading y'all scripts like, I'm supposed to say what? I'm supposed to do what now?
No, I knew that he was supposed to. So Barry was who played Eric. He was my roommate for a minute. So, I only go, like you said, Parker, you only look at your lines and who you're with, or maybe the moment before. So I only looked at that, and everything else, when I watch it, I'm just like you, Parker, with the popcorn. When Barry passed on the sidewalk, I was like, that's my roommate.
Who am I supposed to live with
like,
now?
he sleep on my couch.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene because you were like, no, that's just the couch. Like,
it's your bed, but I sleep on it like it's a bed.
Oh my God, that is so true. Like, sleeping on my couch like it's a bed.
Don't be acting like you don't really live here. Like, know what this is. No. I told you guys, I watch the show, and before I interview anybody, I make sure that I respect what it is that they bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
That.
So
Thank you.
for sure.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys, and it has been really wonderful to interview all of you. I appreciate all of your energy, and I'm just see what you guys don't know is before we even started taping, they have a camaraderie that y'all just don't even understand. Like, they was over here clowning before we just got into like the whole, they are really friends, and I just think that that's an amazing thing to see. And that's why this show is so successful. Y'all do know this is the #1 BET drama, right?
All day. We always #1, baby. What you talking about?
Just
we will
thanks
forever
to a
be.
few, Thanks to a few people in the room right now. You know.
Shout out.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I can go ahead and do one of them, you know.
And shout out to all the fans too.
Of course, all the fans, they make it possible, but you guys make it possible by bringing something that obviously retains the interest. So I really appreciate that. Again, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com. I am here with Parker McKenna Posey, Brandi Denise, and Kendall Kyndall. These are the amazing talents, of course, behind the TV series games people play, because people be playing them games, y'all. And they're so good and so fun. So y'all gotta watch. It's one of those good watches where you can like hashtag and kind of tweet about it and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, tweet us.
Definitely.
I enjoy the tweets.
Right, it's fun, right? So I started looking. I was like, "Yo, people really into this."
Oh yeah.
I need to start joining in.
I've become familiar with some of the tweeters.
Right, exactly. You'll have your regulars, right? Some folks just, they are consistent, exactly. So, but you deserve it, you guys. He's like, shout out to Andre.
Like literally, I think I know who you're talking about. Like
he be like, "I love y'all. See y'all next week." I'm like, "All right, bro."
I know who you're talking about.
Y'all done made somebody whole day with that. That's wonderful. Shout out to Andre.
Shout out.
Thank you guys so much. You deserve all of the success that you're receiving. You guys really have great energy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. If you want to see more content like this on blackfilm.com, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.